Well, welcome on today's webinar. It's the art of envisioning in 2021, the year of the key. And Chrysula Sirigu, the Golden Muse. And on this webinar, we're going to give you some insights how you can actually unlock the doors to love, joy, creativity, and prosperity. And when I talk about prosperity, I'm seeing prosperity at different levels. So prosperity, yes, it can be wealth, but also it can be health. It can be love and compassion in our relationships. And it can be our connection with God, the higher self, source, whatever you may like to call it. And our connection, of course, with our soul and our spirit. So this, I would like to introduce you to my guest today, Constance Happ from Netherlands and Maria Sirigu from Greece. Constance is a dear friend of mine, but also we met through Heart IQ training, and also she's a certified calotherapist through Calomere System, and I was a teacher, so that's how she was drawn to color. And Maria Sirigu, you can tell that there's a connection there. Maria is my sister. She lives in Athens, and she's going to share some of her experiences through color and her own transformation that she received thanks to color, and particularly with one bottle in the Calomere System that is very, very relevant with what I'm going to share with you. Constance is going to be sharing a little bit about her passion and how we can create vision boards. So through all of this information you're going to receive, how you can bring that into reality and how that can help you to unlock all these doors of opportunities in 2021. Every one of you holds the key, a rainbow key, the golden key. So how are you going to maximize this opportunity? What are you going to do? How are you going to explore, expand in 2021? Let's find out, shall we? Well, there's lots of opportunities for growth. Growth, again, it's spiritual growth, but it could be growth in lots of other ways. And emotionally speaking, we have gone through a lot over the last few months. In 2020, what we actually envisaged in 2020 was something totally unexpected. We all had to face the same thing, and it was an awakening that happened en masse. So it was for the whole planet. Now, 20 in the system of Calomeres that I am specializing in, 20 is the bottle of awakening. And let me see if I can get it here. Have I got it here? Yes. So it's a bottle of awakening. So it is the copper at the bottom and the magenta at the top, which is all about how we can embrace more our own spirituality, how we can embrace more our inner knowing. And it is very much about also how we can go through different initiation tests in order to awaken. So, and of course, there has been a lot of tests over the last few months. I believe, I hope you agree with me. So we are in the millennium of 2000s, and is this the millennium of awakening? And now we're reaching, we are in the process. We're going through different rainbow steps. These rainbow steps to awakening, you're going to be receiving your own different steps that you will be able to help you to move along, to move further, to move upwards towards this rainbow ascension, as we call it. So in the system of Calomeres, there are beautiful color bottles, oil bottles, as you can see them, round, very feminine bottles. And each bottle has got a message. Some of the bottles are connected with the planets. So we are actually very much using astrology and planetary influences in our color analysis. And also you have a connection with, excuse me, with spirituals, essences, the angelic realm, dragon essences, archangels, and then there's a wide variety of how you can actually connect with color at different levels. It's a very multifaceted system. And through that, you'll be able to, you receive the different messages and different understanding of who you are. So it's all about this wonderful journey of self-awareness. Doesn't stop, does it? It's always part of learning more, understanding more, forgiving more, being more compassionate, being more accepting of who am I, my own gifts and my own, who I'm really here to be, and also accepting other people. So it will become more open and more loving with our relationships with other people. So number 21 in the system is we call it the key. And I know some of you attending this webinar here, you are already involved with color. Probably you have already heard this before. But for those of you who haven't, I'm going to be sharing this as if you haven't heard color energy or color psychology ever before in your life. So in the key in the system, the bottle number 21 has got two gorgeous colors. I hope you agree with me. Is the beautiful orange on the top, gold on the top, and yellow at the bottom. So what does that mean when we're looking at the different aspects of the color psychology? Well, the yellow is all about your, it's connected with your intellect, it's connected with your ego. And we all humans have got ego, right? We've got to have it because it is what keeps us alive. And we like a little bit of ego because we've got to preserve ourselves. We have to look after ourselves, okay? But when ego takes over, then that's where there's a bit of an issue there. We need to press pause and say what's happening here. So the yellow then is the beautiful bright color that I love. It's a beautiful color I love to wear. Maybe you don't like wearing. It's okay. But also through yellow, you tend to analyze a lot. You tend to intellectualize a lot. So there will be a bit of that influence in 2021. You would tend to see things logically. So when you catch yourself, being too analytical and too up here in your mind, again, this is when this whole journey is about becoming more conscious. How your thoughts prevailing in your life, or is it your heart that actually takes the rein and say, hey, what are you doing here? Let's have a look at this more from a heart-based space. And the other color that is very much influencing 2021 is gold. Gold is the color of wisdom. Is for those of you who are interested in spiritual therapies, and you probably you know a little bit about chakras. Gold is connected with the solar plexus, so it's a lot about the space where you feel very much one, connected with your own authentic power. So gold and yellow together for 2021 invite you to say yes to becoming a spiritual adult. So what does that mean? It means that it's about you taking responsibility for yourself. Forget about any games around blaming others. You may not do it. You may have gone past this stage, or you may actually experience other people doing this. And when you do that, then you embrace where they are, and you send them love. Yes. because we cannot expect everyone to be able to go through all the different stages and understand where they are in their spiritual development. So we take responsibility for ourselves, for our own actions, our own decisions, our own choices, and we build new authentic foundations, those foundations that will bring you joy. So being a human is a fun experience. So it's a bit of allowing a bit of laughter in our lives. So you need to think about that when things are becoming a bit serious in 2021. Maybe they have already been a bit serious. So this is now that I'm delivering this webinar, it is about, press pause, because we are, not halfway, we have covered the first almost 4 months of 2021. So this is, all of the things that you're going to hear from this, how are they relevant in your life, in your reality? Some of these you may have already experienced and you say, yes, actually I can see the relevance, or some of this, they may not be for you, maybe for somebody else. So there you are. Being a spiritual adult is not, it's easily said than done, of course. So there's a lot of work to be done, absolutely. But the most important thing is also to understand that you've got all of these doors of opportunities ahead of you. So how are you going to use your key to activate the wonderful gifts that you've got inside? This is something that you really need to take a moment and look into where you are now and where you want to be. And that's why we call this webinar the power of envisioning, because the more you understand about where you are, who you are, and also you have clarity of vision, the more possible it is for you to manifest your desires, manifest your dreams, manifest your heart's wishes. And with a little bit of introspection, with a little bit of intention setting, with a little bit of help from lots of therapies available, calotherapy, numerology, astrology, you name it. We are blessed with all these therapies that have got, they're going all the way back to the era of Atlantis. And we are here now, all of these wonderful therapies are at our disposal. So there's a lot of need for us for this year to really connect with through meditation, and so we can actually use the keys in the matching keyhole, right? So I'm going to be sharing some insights, some tips how you can help you figure out where your door is. So, as already mentioned, the key is the perfect marriage, bottle 21 of yellow and gold. Now, gold is all about connecting with your authenticity, or being true to yourself and being true in your relationship with others. It helps you to also to understand your addictions, your stories, where you're playing small. So it's a powerful color to work with. And also yellow and gold together, they also reflect your value system. So these are all the things, again, that you will be reviewing. You're going to be looking, you're going to be exploring, maybe seeing your values from a little different angle, because as we grow spiritually, we see things differently. Personally, I would say that, when I stick with a particular value, I don't accept, I don't accept any violations of my values or anything like that. I'm become, probably, you may call me a little bit less tolerant. But it is very important to be true to myself, and to be coming in my relationship through integrity as well. So a lot of work around switching from material values to spiritual values. Probably we may not want to invest in big houses. Maybe we may want to invest in more green, environmental ways of being, recycling more, looking after nature, connecting with nature more. So I will come to green in a moment as well. So we're going to also find out what can stop you from using these keys. So bear that in mind as we go through the webinar. So I think I already mentioned about the yellow and gold here. So it is about, the merging of our personality, the ego, with your soul. It is how we can get more, connect more with our authentic power, and that leads to authentic leadership. But leadership, as already mentioned in previous conversations I had about 2021, and you can find those in the Facebook group Rainbow Letters to Mother Earth. You're very welcome to join us. I will share the link later on. When I share these rainbow conversations already, I have mentioned about the yellow and the gold a little bit in a more extensive way. You're very welcome to watch it if you wish. Okay, so going back to the yellow's message is for you. It's the need to study, the need to learn more, but also I would like to say to you is also you may want to bring what you learned out so you can become more visible. You can share your knowledge with other people. You can teach. So again, this is very much in favor. You are supported in this year to do that. So if you have ever felt the calling to create your own course and step up and teach what you love, what you have already invested in learning, this is one of the best ways to really ground all the information you have been receiving. And I can say that to you because I have been involved with teaching for 30 years. So when I say that, it's from my heart, and it's the best way to internalize, to embrace, to embody everything you have learned in whatever discipline, whatever field that may be. And the teaching doesn't have to be in big ways. You can start small and then you can build up on it. We all start from somewhere, right? So yeah, the gold message is also how you can become more visible. So by believing more in yourself, believing more in the gifts you have got, and you become ready to share. You become ready to bring it out there, to share your light and help other people. What's the point of having all this wonderful knowledge, all the wonderful wisdom in you? It's all about sharing with other people and empowering other people. So there you are. So I would love to know, I would love to hear from you later on if you've got any plans, what you're going to do in 2021. I would love to know. So 2021, we saw this gold and yellow, okay? But in the system of color mirrors, in psychology of color, we also work with the complementary colors. And here we've got violet and indigo. Violet is the complementary color of yellow, and indigo is the complementary color of gold. And these two colors, they are both, let me just see where it is. Yes, I've got it up there, but anyway, you can see it's not changed at all, actually. So you can see that the what are the, and I will share a little bit about the positives. The positives of these two colors are you may feel a bit resistance to authority because maybe after all the restrictions we have felt over the last year or more, maybe we are desperate to have our own freedom again, and you're rebelling a bit. It's very much helping you about your spiritual awakenings, connect with your intuition, be of service, and that it depends what you mean being of service. It could be helping your neighbor, helping your community, helping a global project, different levels of service. And all coming from a place of honesty and integrity. So these are all the positive of this combination of these two colors, violet and indigo. The negatives is what is going to help really is if you are feeling a bit depressed, if you have got any suicidal tendencies, you are going through a lot of grief, you tend to hide because you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in your own skills, you don't believe you are enough. You are basically, you are suppressing your own truth, and then that could be very much tend to feel overwhelmed, you feel isolated, tendency to get into drugs, addiction, if you see what I mean. And so these are the negatives. When things are not in balance, then that's how the violet and indigo can help you to bring you back in balance too. So these are some of the tools that could counter the depression and whatever attacks your nervous system. Is meditation, prayer, energy therapy, including color, plants, sound, and crystals. Okay, and of course, bottle C6. That's the bottle 66 that you see here, the violet and indigo bottle. And we call it in the system of color mirrors the rescue remedy. This is one of the bottles, one of these that you definitely need to have in your toolbox, in your house, in your office. If you haven't heard about color therapy before, I would highly, highly recommend this because it does help in many, many ways. It helps relieve pain. And I've got testament from my sister Maria, who will take us, share a little bit about her story in a moment. So this description about C6 is the actual bottle, and it's the third eye chakra bottle. Violet, royal blue, also indigo, we call it indigo, okay? So this bottle puts you in touch with your inner knowing and is helpful when you have difficulty trusting your intuition. It is supportive in overcoming grief and loss and useful for relieving panic attacks. Well, grief, it can be manifested in different ways, okay? Let's just think about that. Grief is not about, connected with death. It can be connected with lots of other things, with big changes in your life. And just remember what I said just now, a big change in your life. That it means that you've got to reconsider everything in your life. It relates to a lifetime when you withheld your knowledge and spiritual insight out of fear, and helps you trust that it is safe now to share these gifts with the world. This bottle carries the energy of initiation and shows you that the difficulties you have been facing are a path to greater awareness and wisdom. Use your inner knowing to see the bigger picture. And in every situation, particularly when we feel anxiety, we feel worry, we are overwhelmed with lots of changes, lots of decisions. We are a little bit at a loss of what we're going to do, the next steps forward. This is where we need some help to see the bigger picture. And that's how C6 can help. And that's how these two colors can help in 2021 as well.
Sula, may I say something?
Of course you can, yes. Yes.
I just need to say, it feels for me like God is talking to me at the moment. Oh. It's so all about me. I really have to say that. It really touches me in my heart.
Oh, bless you. Thank you, Kari, for sharing. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Oh, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Thank you.
No, because I have to tell you, I had a really bad day today, and just before 8 o'clock, I put on this sweater, yellow, with this orange scar, and then I have this blue bottle standing next to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all, oh, that's beautiful. I stopped talking now.
That's okay. That's all right. I love that you decided to share what you feel. Is really nice, really lovely to hear that from you. If anybody, something speaks to you, please, by all means, you know, just say, hey, I'd like to share something. Yeah. So let me see how I can go back in a moment. Let me see. I'd like to go back. And Maria, would you like to share a little bit about your, if you can, Maria, can you hear me?
Do you hear me?
Uh-huh. Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes. Yes. Over to you. Over to you, Maria.
How do you want me to start? Hello, dear ones. First of all, hello.
Hello to you.
So I have to say that I faced breast cancer previous year, and from November 2019, I started color therapy, but I didn't know where this journey will take me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a tough journey, but everything is fine now, and I'm going to share my experience with the bottle that you previously referred to.
Mm-hmm.
During the period of the chemotherapies and the mastectomy, I had the experience of having bath with the bottle C6, and which already you know that represents the third eye chakra, the seat of wisdom and insight. So initially this bottle helped me to put up with my pain from chemotherapies and also face my fears. I didn't know that it would help me so much. I realized it later, what I mean. This bottle just opened my psychic gate and made me trust again my intuition and not to be afraid to share what I know, my knowledge. So I believe that as also a big change, as you said, after 27 years, I made a big decision to resign, to give up my job, to resign from the work that I have been for the last 27 years. And this was a big change for me. So I need to say that if you're able to see any test in your life as a gift rather than something to dread or suffer through, you open to even greater possibilities as you move beyond it. Mm-hmm. So when you realize that this darkness, pain and grief, that all of this I've had, you're free to discover an empowering new vision for yourself and your life. So this bottle, I think, because I have experienced and the other very wonderful, beautiful bottles and spritzers, but this one, I think, made the big change in my life. So if you want to say, to ask me something, or...
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mariam. Thank you. And I know that it's so courageous of you, so brave of you to share a little bit about your journey. And I know you have prepared. You've got more to say, and I believe there will be the right occasion where you can share, yes, the bigger journey of yours.
But I need to add something, because you know me as I am your sister. I'm very, very steady person. I don't like changes. So this was a real change, a big change in my life after having this shock from breast cancer, and realized that a lot of things that I have in me, I didn't express, or I didn't want to accept that I have this knowledge. So through this color therapy, I realized that I have more to share and more to expand, if I say correct. So
yes, and
just dare to,
yes, absolutely.
And accept everything that comes to you, even though you don't know from where it's going to come. You don't know. I'm very grateful, because the last year I received a lot of love. My life is abundant, and I'm very grateful for this. Thank you, Chrysilla.
Oh, you moved me so much, Maria. Thank you. Thank you. It has been a difficult year for you, and it has been a difficult year for me to witness, but I am so glad. I'm so grateful to the energy of Calo, to the whole system, to the founder of Calo Mirrors, Melissa Jolie, to my teacher, Moira Bush, to all the people that have come, my teachers, and all the different initiations that I've gone through in order to be able to stand by your side and support you through all of this health crisis. But now it's not a crisis anymore. Now you moved on, and it is a wonderful testament to your perseverance, to your dedication, and how you stepped up and said yes to yourself, said yes to Maria. And then that's what happens when we embrace who we are, what we call your I amness. Okay, so if there's anything you would like to share later on, or at some point during the webinar, you're very welcome. Let's crack on, shall we? Let's carry on. Now, another big area that I am fascinated by is working with our shadows, the shadow work, and a little bit about what you need to bear in mind for 2021 is the fact that, you know, our dark side or our shadow side really resist the upgrading of your nervous systems, resist you becoming a spiritual person, more spiritual, embracing your spirituality, becoming a spiritual leader or spiritual teacher. And our dark side doesn't want you to access higher consciousness, anything to do with spirituality and embracing your soul purpose, because it's the fear. It prefers you to stay where you are, to stay in your comfort zone, and not see you changing and expanding. Because again, it's about survival, about, you know, staying put, stay small, without, you know, getting too you know, thinking about yourself to be more to expand, to grow. So what tactics does your shadow use to stress out your nervous system? What does it do to derail your plans, to probably to study, to meditate, to change, to expand, or to strive to live a more joyful life? So this is what we are doing through color analysis. This is what we also do. We are working with shadow work, and this is a big chapter in our self-development, our spiritual development. This is something that I also bring into my work with color mirrors. And one of the shadow aspect, or one of the archetypes, if you may have heard of the archetypes, is the saboteur. So, be more conscious in 2021, catching yourself when you are actually self-sabotaging. And I will be working on this and running online programs that I'm bringing in a lot of insights and a lot of healing of the wounded child, working with the different archetypes of shadow work. I will share a little bit about this later on. Okay, so let's now crack on and get on to the numerology. So 2021 is a 5-year, okay? So those of you who are into numerology, wow, it's a fascinating subject. I just, this is one of the wonderful things about the system of color mirrors. And that's what I really, really love, the multi-layered, multifaceted aspect of, having the color psychology, the numerology, the astrology, the shadow work, angels, archangels, dragons. It is wow. I love diversity. I love versatility. And then this is what you get when you really say yes to work with color and become a color mirrors practitioner, or decide to become a teacher so you can carry on and teach the whole system. So that's how we get to 5. So 2021, as you can see, in a 5-year, you're given opportunities for a new space of seeing yourself in a new space. It doesn't have to be a new home, a new house. It's a more metaphorical. You are given hope. Everything can begin to grow again. New things are possible. You can reinvent yourself. So it's a wonderful year, full of adventure, full of change. Of course, if you are a little bit hesitant, a little bit resisting to change, you're gonna feel a little bit of a pressure this year, because everything around you is going to push you to say yes to change. And then, of course, depending where you are, what stage in your life, what year number, your personal year number, we're going to come to that in a moment. You've got to navigate accordingly. Yes. So this is also a year where we can actually plant seeds on a clear ground, and you got to do the work required. Okay. So here you've got number 5 is a bottle connected with Mercury in the system of color mirrors, and you've got green, beautiful green. Yes, I will share a little bit about the psychology of green in a moment. But the most important thing this year is about the whole idea, which is something that, again, we may not feel conscious about it, is how we're going to unmask different layers and become more real, more authentic. Remember that we talked about that at the beginning of the webinar. So there's a message from Melissa Jolie. This bottle is about letting go of all the masks. Everything you have used to hide behind has to be removed. Okay. So there's some questions for you that you can ask yourself now, but of course, you can receive the recording, you can press pause, you can take time to reflect and take time to answer these questions. And this is not something that can come to you within the next few minutes. So who do you pretend to be so that others feel comfortable around you? Who do you pretend to be to feel safe and accepted? Who do you pretend to be as the excuse to stay small and hidden? Who do you pretend to be to avoid using your voice? So, if you need any help to answer these questions, if you need any help to really take the masks off, then I've got a big announcement. I've got a new program, an online program, 21-week holistic love self-development program coming up. And it's going to be on a weekly basis. And I'm going to be taking you through each color, and we're going to analyze it, and we're going to look at shadow work. We're going to look at lots of interesting things about yourself and your expansion, personally and professionally. Okay, so how do we calculate then the predictions? So it is a combination of planetary influences, numerology, because for the ancient Greeks, and of course for other philosophies around the world, numbers carry a particular frequency, and each and every one of us, we are actually shaped by the numbers that are chosen. We chose actually as a soul to come on this life when we incarnated. So our date of birth is very, very important. Every single digit, every single number in our date of birth, the day we're born, the month and the year, all provide very, very important information and insights about your own purpose here, your own skills, and also stuff about your shadow work, shadow aspects as well. So color, as already you have heard from me in the last few minutes, also psychic intuition, and a little bit about the Chinese zodiac. And I'm really fond of, and I'm really respectful of the Chinese philosophies and the Chinese way of appreciating, the yin and the yang and the feng shui aspects. Over the last 15 years, I have done a lot of work with feng shui, not in a like being certified or anything like that, but I have attended lots of seminars, done lots of work with feng shui, and have incorporated that into my coaching work as well. So 2021 is the year of the metal ox, the gold metal ox. So gold in the psychology of color, again, remember we talked about being authentic, but it's actually the process we're going through to take to create gold. So there's a lot of it's a very dedicated process. So it needs to be steady, and you need to be determined. You need to take step by step. So these are part of also of the attributes of the animal ox. Ox is a very steady animal, works hard, it's very, very thorough, they're doing the job really well. So these are some of the skills, some of the attributes that we need to bring into our everyday life when we are spreading ourselves, when we are seeding new seeds, when we're bringing new opportunities in. So it is about taking things step by step and setting really strong foundations. Okay, so now I'm going to be telling you how we make the predictions for your own year number. So the color mirror system, as I already mentioned, is the spiritual psychology of colors. We're using the spiritual philosophy and principles. So how does the combination of colors for 2021, year 5, influence, amplify, or support your year's personal color? These are some of the answers you're going to receive in a moment. So through the system of color mirrors, we get a comprehensive step-by-step spiritual guide for seekers. So it can be including, as already mentioned, all of these masters, ascension and higher consciousness, dragons, elements. Yes, we work with the elements as well. It's beautiful, elemental spirituals too. Okay, so calculating your year number. So I have done a little bit of work already. for those of you who actually registered on the webinar, those of you who are actually attending now live, but also for those who will be receiving the recording later anyway. So to calculate your number, you need your personal year number, you need your day of birth, the month of birth, and you add the current year, which is 2021. So I gave you an example here. So if you like to do it for yourself, so you add up all the digits. They need to be in single format, okay? And then whatever comes at the end, in this case, here's the example, is 17. Then you break it down again to a single digit. 1 + 7 = 8. Okay. So I've done the calculation for some of you, but if I haven't done for all of you, then please try it yourself. You need to maybe have a little bit of a calculator around you. But I will share every single year, starting with year 1 all the way to year 9, and then at the end, if you have any questions in the end, you can ask me. So are we okay to move on? Are you okay to calculate your number? From what I've got, Altina, yours is 4. Aurelia is 9. I don't know if you just calculate, let's say if you got it the same. Constance is the same as me. We're both born on the 4th of July. So Constance, yours is 7 like mine. Elena, yours is 3. Maria, yours is 7 like mine and Constance's. Ruth, yours is 3. And if I haven't got everybody's date of birth done it already, but you will figure it out pretty soon.
I can share a few that I know, Kasula, if you want.
Well, they can calculate that afterwards, Constance, and then they can do it later when they receive the recording. Yes, thank you, sweetheart, thank you. So we've got plenty to cover, so that's why I'm just saying let's. It's already halfway through the webinar, so we've got to concentrate on the individual year numbers now, yes, and also give you the chance for you to speak as well. Okay, so year number 1, okay. Now the bottle in the system of Calomiris is this beautiful yellow bottle, and connects with the planet Sun. And of course, I gave you the key notes about year number 1. If you would like to receive the full report, then I've got a very special offer, particularly for those of you who are attending the webinar. If you like what you hear and you like to receive a fuller report, then I'll be happy to provide that for you. And I can give you separate details about that later on via email or when I send the recording as well. So this key for you is the year, is the key to heaven. So what does that mean? That sounds very, very, very exciting, right? So it's all about shining your light as a world healer. So it is, number 1 is the vibration behind number 1 is about leadership. It's about initiation, initiative. It's about stepping up. You will feel this urge to bring forth your light a bit more in 2021. And also you're going to start a new cycle. Okay, so we're going through a cycle from 1 to 9. Okay, so now you have actually completed a cycle. You're moving on to a new cycle, and you started with the year 1 in 2021. So when we're looking at let me just have a look at my notes here. Okay, so it's all about building your self-confidence as well with number 1. Number 1, you are destined to showcase your leadership, skills, but to do that, you need to connect more with your power, with your solar plexus, and believe in yourself more. It's about becoming more confident in your own abilities. But remember, yellow is the color of joy. So add a bit of joy in everything you do, and connect with your I amness, and connect with your I amness through vision boards. And then we're going to come to that in a moment. Constance is going to share a bit about that in a moment. So through your connection with the influence with the zodiac, the Chinese zodiac, it's about focusing on one task at a time, okay? So you will be really overwhelmed because you're going to have lots of ideas. You'd like to bring them out and do it. So please just think about what is prioritizing. Now, as you are in the first year of a new cycle, for your health, you're going to probably start some new regime, new ways of looking after your body, looking after your well-being. When it comes to relationships, this Leo yellow energy of independence, you may feel a little bit, that you can go solo and you could do things your own way, but maybe because when we have with the green of the mercurial year we're going through, as I mentioned before, you may think that it's good to feel more open to connections, to communication, because green it very much enhances communication in 2021, and communications that are coming from the heart and through the heart, because green is the color of the heart, right? So when I'm providing your reports, I also give you information about your dragon, your dragon that can help you throughout 2021, your archangel or master energy that can be by your side and help you through all the different obstacles on the way, and also which shadow you can enlighten with color. These are some other aspects that can be provided through a full report. But the one about the shadow that I like to mention here now is you may feel tempted to, because as you say, going solo, and then maybe you prefer not to be in a relationship, but maybe you need to consider the joy of connecting with other people, whether it's professionally or personally, and see yourself in a relationship, in a partnership. Consider that. Okay, so year 2, let's move on to year 2. Year number 2 is a key to peace. It's a beautiful blue bottle, number 2, the moon. And this is a very it's a very important time for you to think about any relationships you may have with females that you would like to redefine. Your relationship could be with your mother, with your sister, with your daughter, or a female friend or female colleague. So because the blue is actually very much connected with feminine energies, and it's the color of peace and protection. So where do you need to bring more peace in your relationship? So it's the color of peace bringer. Consider being a talking therapist, because blue is very much in favor of communication. Blue is connected with the throat chakra. So if you are involved with any areas that you require communication, you would definitely be supported during 2021. Now the blue is a very steady kind of color, so it's very much in alignment with the zodiac, with the steady pace of ox. Okay, so you're gonna feel okay. You won't feel the energy being a little bit pushed about making too many changes or anything like that. It's going to be quite steady throughout for 2021. Now, you maybe feel tempted to go on some radical detox diets, because you may feel that you need to over analyze things a little bit. So think about that, you know, how you can enjoy more of your life, and don't be too strict with yourself. Okay. Now, when it comes to wealth, of course, you know, you are in year 2 now. Whatever you already started last year, you need to carry on working on them and carry on having faith that things will be improving, will be expanding, and go ahead and carry on setting these foundations for you. When it comes to relationship, because 2 is a partnership type of, you know, it's not only 1, it's 2. So it's very much romance is in the air. So let's see. I would like to hear from you once you receive this full the report here, the webinar. You know what's happening later on in your life, how much this is relevant. I like to hear. Okay, the shadow aspect is very much this year. You would like to take pride in yourself, so a little bit of time for pampering, a little bit of time to feel a bit of luxury in your life, and yeah. So there you are. Now, one thing that, you know, definitely you need to consider is what, you know, self-help you're going to have in 2021. You know, I'm here to provide color therapy. I'm here to provide lots of things, but you know, when you use color, you need to think about how color can help you. So you can use the bottles, the oil bottles, for 2 to 3 week therapy. You can soak in a bath for 20-25 minutes. You can rub it on your body, because these are made out of water and oil. So you can actually, after you have a shower, you can dry up and you can rub it on your body. It's a very straightforward. You can soak your feet in the tub. You can pour a little bit in and then soak your feet in it. When it comes to spritzers, let me just get the spritzer here. When you come to spritzers, you can just spray like that, and then you can just, so you connect with your breath and connect with your heart. This is a very important thing to do regularly as well. Whether you when you work with yourself, when you work with your spiritual development, these are some of the rituals, I like to call them, that you can bring into your everyday life. So yeah, you meditate using bottles. You can actually hold the bottle. You can put it in a place in your body that you feel it needs support, and also you can place it on your chakras. And of course, you know, with the spritzers I mentioned before, you can spritz the space, the room where you're in, the office where you work, where you're in the car, you know, when you travel. So they're very, very handy, very practical to use. They are amazing tools to have. So there you go. Now, are you ready for number 3? So have I already mentioned anybody number 3? Oh yes, Elena and Ruth, you are number 3, right? So number 3 is your key to destiny. So it's during year 3, you're going to restore and evolve your self-worth values. So when we talk about self-worth, self-esteem, self-acceptance, these are some of the issues that they're going to be relevant for you. They're going to be really important to you. The color that you're working with in year 3 is coral, and the planet that is by your side is you're very lucky to have Jupiter by your side, because it is the planet of luck, of fortune. It's one of the biggest planets in the system, in the solar system. So it's all about going big or not going at all. So you've got to think about what is it that you want to embrace in your life, and then go with all your heart. Don't hesitate. This is your year to go for it. Okay. So it's about bringing every single piece together. Whatever you have learned, whatever you have tried, whatever, just choose and bring them all into one cohesive whole being in you. Okay. You don't need to carry on sacrificing. You don't need to carry on suffering or even self-punishing yourself. Please, stop this. So it's about discovering your destiny. It's about discovering a new direction. Okay, I hope you like that. Number 3 out there. And a few more notes for you. So it's about, year 3 is about expansion and visibility. Okay, in year 3, also you're gonna be called to work with your inner wounded child. This is something that I said that I really love working with. It's something that I'm still working with as we speak. So also in year 3, when it comes to the numerology of it, is very much connect with your feelings, how you express your feelings. You're gonna be feeling deeply in a more mature way, and you're going to be trusting more yourself. If you'd like to know more about Coral, I had a rainbow conversation in the Facebook group I mentioned before. If you are on Facebook, then by all means come and join us. I'm going live every Wednesday, 5 o'clock UK. And of course, those of you who are involved already with color therapists, color mirror practitioners, you're very welcome to join me for a rainbow conversation. And then I've got an interesting twist how I do things. So you're very welcome to come and join me. One of the areas that also you need to think about when it comes to health is balancing your nourishment. Okay, so Coral is very much connected with your body. So look after your body in 2021. I mean, you got to look after every year, but this is a year that that's more prevailing. As far as wealth is concerned, there's going to be plenty of flow this year. If you're into thinking about money and flow, in your relationships, think about transparency and honesty. One of the shadow aspects that will come up this year is judgment. So if you think of you're actually being judgmental of yourself, or you feel that other people judge you, or anything to do around judgment, that will be very prevailing this year. But I am going through all of this in my 21-week self-development program, as I mentioned. So if you would like to find out more about the shadow aspects, if you want to bring all of that into more work with all of these things, then this is definitely a good year to invest in your own self-development. Okay, so let's see, where are we next? Okay, so yes, about reflection. I think we talked about that, meditation. Now, as I mentioned, you will see why I am called to it's the right time for me to create more courses and be more visible and teach more, become a spiritual teacher. I have worked over the last 6 years. I am in year 7 now, and I will share a little bit about year 7 in a moment. So I have been doing a lot of work into the energy of dragons, and I have been nudged and pushed by the dragons for quite a few years now. My first experience working with, having a download, intuitive message from the gold dragon. It was back in 2013 when I was going through my teacher's training course to become a teacher in color mirror system. And I had a very, very strong message from the gold dragon. and then I share that with the whole group, and then we had a meditation around it, and we envisioned ourselves how the gold dragon can help not only me but the whole group. It was very significant that it turned up on that particular period. And that these things happen when you work with color. I believe those of you who are already connected with color, whether you have already started studying color and you use color in your everyday practice, you will see that these things, you become more intuitive, you become more connected with your heart, with your soul purpose, and you become more open to work with celestial beings like the wonderful, amazing, magnificent dragons. In the system of color mirrors, we also work with dragons. So over the last few years, I have been using dragons a lot for my own self therapy, for myself, but also, with my clients in readings, in training courses, etc., etc. But in 2020, August 2020, I had a particular dream I'd like to share with you very briefly. And that came from, I had a dream, and a baby dragon came to my dream. And he was very, very much, sweet, but also imploring me to say, hey, you have been writing books. You have been writing books, you are contemplating, you're thinking, you're planning to write books about your rainbow bears, and you have already written a book. You are thinking about getting another book out. This is a book through the project I mentioned, the Rainbow Lets Mother Earth, Little Sparks of Joy. That's the title of the book. So you're thinking, well, so why not us? And that was actually, I said, oh my goodness, but it was a little baby dragon. And believe you me, just a couple of days later, I came across an image of a baby dragon. Actually, I should have brought it here and added in the presentation. But this image here that you see, it is part of my new online workshop series, The Truth About Dragons, and the online series called the Meet the Dragons. Is actually, you may have been to Ljubljana in Slovenia. It's amazing, amazing, beautiful country. And then Ljubljana is the city of dragons. So here you got, the wonderful, majestic dragon there at the Bridge of Dragons. And I remember when I was there that I had that connection with the dragons. That was before my journey with color mirrors and the energy of color. So if you are drawn to the dragons, if you work with color, if you are just intrigued and you like to know more, then come and join us next Saturday, the 24th, is the first workshop, introductory workshop, where we're going to learn a little bit about the truth behind dragons and your personal dragon. We're going to connect with the elemental dragons, and also a few other things that you can find out on this link as well, and all the other details if you want to register. So there will be other workshops coming up as well, one in May and another one in June, etc., etc. So I'm really super excited about that. It's eventually, after all, I just put everything together and I decided to step up, and it's a big task to say yes to dragons, because they have been nudging me. They have been saying, come on, go ahead. We've got to share these spiritual lessons with people. We're here to be of service to Mother Earth, and we want more people to awaken to this potential of us helping out. And dragons can only help you if you ask. Otherwise, they won't help. They are there by your side, but you've got to ask for their help. Okay. So there you are. That's happening on the 24th of April. And of course, as you know, with all of these online Zoom type of webinars, it will be recorded. And if you cannot attend live, you will be having the recording later on. Okay, so let's move on to year 4. Okay, so year 4 connects with planet Uranus. The bottle number 4 is yellow again, which is very much in alignment with 2021 colors, and deep turquoise. Yes, I know it doesn't look like a deep turquoise. I know it can be a little bit, but it is deep turquoise. Okay, so that's the key to Atlantis. So who is in number 4? Let's see if got anybody in number 4 here. Altina, I believe. Don't know if Altina, hope you agree with me that you are in number 4 based on your date of birth. Okay, so let's see. Now, number 4, for, you know, it is fascinating to work with numerology. Number 4 is very much the vibration energy of the activating Atlantean codes, and also number 4 connects with the energy of archangels. So there's a lot for you going on this year. Okay, be prepared to move, to relocate, and shift to new beginnings. Perhaps you need to study or write a new blueprint and follow the steps slowly. This year, we are going to build your inner and outer strength. Okay. So let's see what else I can offer you in this okay. Now this year, with Uranus by your side, wow, Uranus is a shaker, is one of these planets, you know, the influence of Uranus. I was born on the 4th, and believe you me, I have gone through a lot of changes in my life. So, and I say yes to changes. So year 4 is for you. You've got to dare to be different, because if you decide not to follow through this energy, you're going to receive lots of different, you know, what do you call it, like a smack on your face, if you like. So you've got to go with the flow, go with what the movement of the year. Okay, so don't float into the future maybe. So it's very much about present moment energy, about being in the now. As far as your being in alignment with the ox, the year of the ox, this year you will benefit from a study in systems like astrology, color numerology, and overall, you know, long-term learning, because you're going to benefit from all this investment in yourself by 2024, which is the year of the dragon. Health-wise, you need to drink lots of water. That's something I guess we all need, but this is something particular for you in year 4. And don't ignore your body needs. Wealth, well, when it comes to wealth, this is a year for you to see how you can invest in courses, invest in yourself, so that you can receive afterwards, if you see what I mean. It's very much about, you know, awaken to the Atlantean energy as well. So it's about, you know, enhancing your spirituality. Relationships, there may be a need for movement, for change, but you've got, as you know, you've got the green light to go, and go with your heart. Okay, dear heart, dear ones. So that's it's a lot to do about being 100% in what you do, and do it consciously. Okay. Now, I would like to share with you that your dragon is the green dragon of choices, because in year 4, you are going to be asked to choose and move and change a little bit, or a lot. So and then part of the workshops I was telling you before, in workshop 2, I'm going to be sharing, bringing up the green dragon among other dragons, that they like the rainbow colors as well of dragons. Okay, hope that was good news for you, year 4. Okay, now let's move on to year 5. Year 5 is you're going to be having this key to adventure. I've already mentioned a few things about bottle number 5 and green. Green is all about bringing some balance in your life. Okay, so check where things are a little bit, they need a bit of attention, and bring more balance. That can be through communication, enhance your communication, and also extend your hand to connect with other people and reach out. Okay. Okay, so you may feel, you may impose yourself some restrictions, and that's maybe the shadow aspect, the shadow work behind it. So be aware of that and seize the day and make it passionately yours. So that's the message for you, year 5s. Okay. Now, again, think about all the things we talked about masks, because that will be very relevant for you as well. Now let's move on to year 6. Year 6 is key to love. We are connected with planet Venus, pink, the color pink, very much mothering yourself, but also mothering other people. So it's about, you need to be very mindful whether you tend to the point of overgiving. Be very transparent and upfront with your feelings is here. Acceptance on all levels until you can see only perfection. Integrate and then teach divine power and love, and bask in the love from the Mother of God. Okay, so in year 6, it's all of you that you are the visionaries. Bring the feminine power in the way you lead, in the way you create, in the way you express yourself. So it's all about more love, more compassion, more generosity in year 6. And your emotional balance would definitely help your body. Okay, so you help your body to ease up if you have got any issues with IBS or any issues with joint pain. So when it comes to relationships, stop being controlling if you tend to be a bit controlling, and yes, allow more of the, being more compassionate and more generous with people in your life. Okay. Now, I didn't mention about the 21-week Holistic Love Development Program. It's about knowing yourself. We include work about the dragons. We do lots of things about the shadow work, healing the wounded child, lots of reflection with journaling. It's a wonderful, wonderful program. I'm really excited that I'm bringing this together. I have done lots of things in the past, but this time it is the wow factor. Okay, now number 7. I believe we've got a few number 7s here. I said so let's see what's happening with number 7. So it's a key to nirvana. So what does that mean? A key to nirvana. That sounds quite luxurious. So we're dealing with the energy of Neptune and the turquoise color. I wonder if you love turquoise. This is definitely one of my colors. I love turquoise, and with Neptune, Neptune is the god of the seas. Is a very mystical, very you love to be very much into your sort of visionaries and writing and expressing yourself through different things, very artistic. So that's something about number 7, and it's about a lot to do about channeling work. So that could be happening through your hands. You channel through your hands, you channel through sound, through your voice, through teaching. So there are lots of different things how you channel your through you being the vessel. Number 7 is also very much helping you with expressing yourself and bringing your message out, but you've got to be more embracing of technology. So that's what I have been doing. That's something, you know, all of the things that you see here, you know, I've been meaning to do for quite some time. But I said, I guess that's it. Enough is enough. I said the year 7 and Neptune and turquoise and embracing more of the tools we've got. So here I am, and I'm presenting this to you through Zoom and all of that. So this is step forward, right? And a big step forward. So a lot of important for year 7 people. You really need to study towards the next level of your spiritual mastery and walk your talk, embody your spiritual beliefs in everything you do. So studying and investing more into your self-development, spiritual development. And if you feel brave, if you feel, you've got to go out there and teach as well, and bring that out there. Now, how it can help you a lot to practice meditation, so you can become more enlightened. Okay, so what else can I offer you for year 7s? Yes, you're going to get very techy. Well, okay, maybe some of you might say, well, I'm not sure, but it's about reaching out and ask for help as well. It's about remember, communication and connection is about the green color of the year 5 2021. So bring all of that into see the bigger picture of it. Okay, so what offerings, what can you offer to new awakened souls? They need your help. They need you to be there. So work with past lives, anything to do with forgiveness, and really embracing more of your relationship coming from unconditional love. Healing fractured relationships is something that is going to be very much part of 2021 for you. Don't overstep the mark. Stop being overgiving and generous, okay? And stay in trust and flow. Turquoise is very much the color of supporting you to be more, trusting more in yourself and trusting more in the universe, and help and support coming from other beings, ascending masters, angels, dragons. Your dragon for the year that you're going to be receiving support from is the Lila dragon of transformation. So think about, there's a Lila dragon I used before. Okay. When I'm giving you the full reports, I'm giving you much more information than this. Okay, so if you are interested in having the fuller picture, then I'm happy to offer that to you. Okay, now let's move on to year 8. I hope I'm not. Let me just see. You are all here now. Okay, you're still awake. Okay. So let's move on. Let's move on to yes. This is the actual link if you like to join the Rainbow Letters to Mother Earth community group on Facebook. I know some of you are already part of it, but if you haven't yet, please, you're very welcome to join us. We are doing a fabulous work with this project, and thank you so much. I would like to mention that here now. Any of you that you actually donated towards the project is very much appreciated. I'm truly grateful for any help, any support. We're going to have lots of wonderful events coming up, and one of them is next Wednesday, in honor a celebration of World Earth Day. So there will be a panel style show next Wednesday with team members of Rainbow Letters Mother Earth, we're going to be discussing lots of things about, reflecting on what ways we can do to, sustainable ways to support Mother Earth, but also to support our relationships with Mother Earth as well. Well, it's going to be, be meditations. There will be bringing the elementals in, water meditation, bringing the wood energy in. So there's going to be quite a few things happening. So it's going to be next Wednesday, the 21st. If you're interested in joining us, there will be lots of more information coming afterwards. Okay, so here I am just talk about rainbow conversations. Okay, number eight. So, by the way, Constance, you're going to be speaking in a moment, so I haven't forgotten about you, just in case you think what's happening here. Okay, so after we finish with the year 8, year 9, you are coming up. All right. Okay, so year 8 is actually you've got a key to activating lots of opportunities in 2021. The challenge for you is going to be how you're going to keep up, because you're blessed in year 8. You have worked all these years. Now you are in number 8 in the system of Calomirrors, in the numerology. It's all about prosperity. It's all about flow. It is the infinity symbol there. So you have worked all these years, and you are now, wow. The moment you have been working towards is now. You need to gather your support and combine your resources to get the work done. Okay, you're going to be expanding your spiritual light as far out as you can in 2021. Saturn is your planet for this year. Violet is your color, which is very much about being of service. So connecting more with your spirit and being of service. So you're going to be called to be of service to wonderful projects. Maybe you already are involved with projects, that humanitarian projects and projects that make a difference. So if you haven't been involved with the project Rainbow Let's Mother Earth, come along, be happy to share with you what's happening. Constance is involved in the project. I'm so grateful, and there are other people who have actually signed up to be on this webinar and that actually involved in project. So it is something that very much involves all the work that color energy and the Calomirrors energy is all about. It's about how we can, we work for the betterment of the whole, and how we can all work as one, and for whose benefit? For the young people, for children and young people. I remember 2 years ago, was it more than 2 years ago, when I was in Holland, and we were actually launching the Book of Soul Musings in a place near Hausen there, where Constance lives. And Constance is part of this book. She's a co-author in the book. The book has received an award as well. So it's if you live in Holland and you're interested, you're curious to find out about the book, it's got 30 people co-authoring in the book, and it's full of beautiful, colorful photography and very, very fascinating stories, personal stories of people that actually had breakthroughs in their lives. And we're talking about healing holistically. So quotes in there, it's a beautiful book. It's not because it's my book or anything like that, but it's worth investing if you think about a book that you would like to receive inspiration during 2021. Constance is one of the ambassadors of the Book of Soul Musings, so she's got copies. If you like to purchase a copy, please get it from Constance. If you would like, from the rest of you need to come to me, okay? Okay, so there are lots of people actually talking about other countries. In Denmark, Gita Winter is one of the co-authors in the Book of Soul Musings, and I've got huge amount of connections in Denmark. Danish people, they are also, I live in UK, but I've got lots of connections in the Netherlands and lots of connections in Denmark. There's something there from my past life. You know, I really need to look into that a bit more. Although I'm Greek and I live in UK, over the last maybe more than 5 or 6 years, you know, have more involved with people coming from these two particular countries and USA as well. Okay, so now year 8. It comes, you know, it's about keeping your energy flowing, and your alignment with the energy of the metal ox. It's all about, we are all in this together, because these animals, they are very much about, you know, working together, aren't they? So it's about collaboration. It's about what can we do for the whole, and yeah. So this year you're going to expand your spiritual body. So be prepared. Be prepared. You need to have some help, some tools to go through 2020. It's a fascinating year for you, but you will need support. Okay. So let me see if there's any year 8s here. I don't think there's anybody here with year 8. Okay. Okay. So year number 9. Now in year 9, you have actually completed, you're completing a 9-year cycle in 2021. So this is the time for you to embody higher principles, to embody everything you have learned over the last 8 years. So be the warrior of light. Okay, so you are being in year 9. Be the word of light at every opportunity you can have. Something that you need to bear in mind, you are actually under the influence of the planet Mars. So here you've got the red and the orange. Well, it's a very passionate year for you. It's a year full of passion, full of fire, full of creativity. Wow. But you've got to be aware when it comes to your health, any stored up anger that you may have had and you haven't had the chance to express, to channel out, to release it from your cellular memory, from your cells in your system. So this is the time to really look into that, okay? So it is also the time for you to offer inspiration to other like-minded people. Okay, being in like-minded groups. Okay, and one more thing that I really need to say to you, this is a last look, as you are in your year 9, is the last look at the illusion of being a victim. So think of any chance of seeing yourself, you know, why me, or victimizing yourself, or you may or may not. I'm just saying that, you know, just be aware of that it may come up in 2021. Is there anything else that I've got to say? Yes, it is your key to higher will. Okay, I did mention that. Okay, so that's that. I hope that you're still here with us. You're still intrigued and still fascinated about all of this information. Now, I think it's time to bring Constance, and she can share a little bit. Constance, I chose one of your vision boards that you have put together. I'm really looking forward to creating that opportunity for you, you know, listening, watching now, or anyone who's going to be receiving this recording, this webinar with all of these predictions for 2021. So you can come on board and you can have myself and Constance, you know, helping out, and we all going to be helping each other out to create our own dream board or vision board. So let's see what Constance is going to offer us. Why vision boards are important.
Yay! Yes, it's a lovely way. I think it's a lovely way to get in touch with your deepest longings and your dreams. And with everyday life being busy and we just go on and we do things we need to do, we may forget that there are important longings within us that we really need to look after. And I have experienced working with vision boards with people in my home, that it is such an uplifting way and a creative way to think about what would I like in my life and what would bring me joy. And sometimes, especially with women, we look after everybody, but we don't look after ourselves. And this is a perfect moment to, like you say, press pause and say, okay, I have a wonderful life, but what do I need to be happy and to be fulfilled and to be joyful? And that's where we use the vision boards for. And it's also a beautiful way to be creative, something we often do not allow ourselves to have the time for because we are busy. And I know for myself that if I do not do something creative every now and then, I get sort of grumpy because it needs to come out some way. And whether that's by dancing or singing or making a vision board or drawing or whatever, there needs to be a way to express what's in me, and sometimes also to express what I need to let go of. It's just a wonderful way to enjoy that with other people. Mm-hmm. So that's the other factor. When I did that at home with, say, 6, 7, 8 people in the house, it was so lovely to see each one busy with his own vision board, and then the conversations that went on because we were inspired by each other, because we saw things or we said, oh, what beautiful, why did you put that there? It's like it enlightens you, like color does, to be creative with what you would like to bring into your life. And when you leave the room, you're a different person. Everybody said that to me every time they came to the workshop. So I think it really works that way. And I've experienced it myself when I learned to work with vision boards. I had a lovely lady who taught me this in part of a program, and it just opened up something for me. I thought, wow, I loved this when I was a child. And then I forgot about it. I didn't do it anymore. So, it's really an amazing tool to focus on what you would like in your life and to bring that into your life and to manifest it with all the tools that we have, with color, with other ways of how you envision things, how you use sentences to make it even stronger. You use your intention. You become clear with colors or with other things. It's an absolutely wonderful way to do it. So yeah, I'm passionate about it. I really love it.
Totally agree with you, Constance. It's now that you've got some information about your personal year number for 2021, now that you're equipped with some more information and some more insights, and then since the first few months of the year always a little bit slow, that's my experience anyway. We're going through winter. We're still still trying to find out what's happening, the transition into a new year. So winter is a lot about reflection, about really inward thinking and looking after cocooning ourselves. But now it's springtime. So spring is like, hello, come on, let's play, let's be creative, right? Let's have some fun. And under that kind of space, you can open up and envision what you love to do. You may have lots of different ideas, what you like to achieve in 2021 and beyond, because whatever we do, whatever we set in motion, and when we think about visioning, is not only for the next few months, right? It's about the wider, you see it in a bigger way. But you can have short-term intentions and longer-term intentions. So you can play with it, and of course we're gonna exchange all of that. It's going to be more interactive. It's not going to be just like a sharing information. You're going to be speaking with one another as well. And then Zoom has got a wonderful facility that's called Rooms. So you're going to be working in small group with myself and another small group with Constance, and then we're going to be coming back together, and then we're going to exchange and share what we have created, what came up through this exchange of information. So, and as you said, Constance, we are blessed with all of the different tools. So you can be using spritzers, and then you can have the color bottles if you are involved with color therapy, or you can actually order the bottles that you need. So you can ask myself or Constance to tell you what bottles are ideal, supportive for you for 2021, or you may already know. So in that respect, you know, you are okay, you're off you go then. so Constance, anything else you'd like to say about vision boards? Anything you like to add before we move on?
Well, one thing is that my experience is that it really changes people's lives, sometimes in smaller ways, sometimes in bigger ways, but I've experienced that nearly everyone who has done a vision board workshop with me came back to me later and said, you know, I put this on my vision board and now it's reality, or I wanted to create something and now I've got even something that's even better. So it's really amazing how it works and how it really focuses you on what you want to achieve. So you focus on the positive side of what you want to create in your life, and that really brings you a lot of power to really create it as well. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I was doing a workshop with a business lady, and she had one very, very powerful question, and I wrote it down because I thought, wow, that's amazing. She asked me and she said, you know what you do? You journal about it and then make a vision board. What would I do if money was no object and I feared nothing and everything always works out for me? Mm. It's a really, you know, if you sit with that question and then you start to build your vision board, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Powerful questions. That's really important. Dare to ask these powerful questions. And sometimes when you work on your own, you don't feel that safety, that groundedness to ask these questions and talk, discuss the different answers. But when you are in a group, the power of the group, the power of the circle, this is where the different answers can come up for you. So it's working on your own. You know, remember year 5, 2021, year 5, it's a lot to do about communication from the heart, connection with other people, collaboration. So all of this, and then also having, the dragon energy by your side. Wow, that would be a powerhouse. And have myself and Constance, there, and with you bringing your own wisdom in and your own experience, you're going to be benefiting everybody from the whole experience. And you're going to be creating your own vision board. Of course, you will need to have access to some magazines and some pictures it's you need to have some, we're going to share what you need to have with you. That's something that's going to share with you later on. But anyway, all of this, I'm going to bring it together. I'm going to share in an email with all of this, that you can have all the different options, what you love to experience, to explore and expand. So I'm so excited that we are on this journey together. It's a wonderful, wonderful, enriching journey ahead. And I would love to bring more playfulness in our lives and more joy. And, we can do this together. Together is better. I just definitely
absolutely
believe in that. Yay. So there you are.
Absolutely, Chrysula.
So thank you, Constance. Thank you. You are. We have collaborated on many projects in the past, and this is going to be another interesting, exciting, creative project that we can both work together and inspire other people. So So that's something that I'm going to throw in, that if you're just to become a color mirrors practitioner, I'm running a course. So if you feel the call to study color, if you feel the call to deepen your own spiritual learning and self-healing, or if you're thinking of setting up a practice to help other people in their own spiritual development, then I am actually running a course for you to become a certified color mirrors practitioner. So these are all up for grabs for you. Okay, so I'm going to, this is a little bit about the color mirrors, but I think I'm going to leave it to that because it's almost 9 o'clock, and I would like to allow a little bit of time for any Q&A that you may have. But I'd like to say thank you so much. Thank you once again for all your donations, for your continued support of the Rainbow Letters Mother Earth project. There will be opportunities for you to come and join all the different events that we are offering. The book that is actually going to be published. I cannot say exactly when, because we are in the process of fundraising to get all the expenses covered to publish the book. It will be of really top quality, trust me on that. And there's also, we've got a number of amazing people that have contributed with their poems, with their letters to Mother Earth, with their art. So if you're feeling the calling and you like to be involved in the project and you like to contribute your own piece of writing, your own letter, love letter to Mother Earth, your own connection with the rainbow colors, with the rainbow, and what rainbow stands for you personally and for the whole world, you still got time to send in your contribution for the book. The book is called Little Sparks of Joy, because we don't need too much to sparkle up our lives, do we? And all of these different contributions in the book, they have got exactly that intention to bring more joy into our lives. So there you are. So thank you so much for being part of the Power of Envisioning in 2021, the year of the key. And I hope you have received some inspiration to help you unlock the doors to love, to joy, creativity, and prosperity. I would like to say thank you. Ευχαριστώ πολύ. Danke. Is there anywhere else we can say in Danish? I hope you. It's wonderful to have you here with me. Thank you so much for saying yes to being part of Predictions 2021 Energy Forecast with myself, Chrysula Sirigu. And thank you also to my special guest, my sister Maria Sirigu, and also my dear friend and wonderful calotherapist, Constance Schaap. So there you are, dear hearts. I'm going to say that's it, and also okay. How do I get that? Let me just see. Okay, so over to you. Is there anything that you would like to ask, or anything you like to contribute in any questions you may have, or anything at all? How did you find something that you didn't expect? Or I would like to bring you all back in, but somehow it doesn't allow me. Don't know why.
Chrysula.
Ella Maria.
May I show this vision board that I prepared?
Of course you can. Yes, please do. Yes.
This is.
Look at it.
I'm very proud of you, my mother.
Gorgeous. When you speak, Maria, then you come into the camera so we can see it again. So you need to say the words about it. So you got I am in the middle of the vision board. And what else? Give us some of the messages.
It is a rainbow with some adjectives that express my personality.
Okay, give us some examples. Give us some examples.
I am free.
Mm-hmm.
I am awakened.
Mm-hmm.
I am loyal. I am open-minded. I'm a good friend. I'm a wife. I'm a cyclist. And my best is I am resourceful problem solver.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay. Now I can see you've got a few messages, but seriously, I don't know how. Why it doesn't want to behave. Ah, there you are now. Now I can bring you up. Yes. Yes, I did it. Oh, well, you see, technology. There
Wow.
There you are.
I think I have to follow your steps, sister.
Yes.
To embrace technology.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being so brave, Maria, for joining us here and share a little bit of your story. And thank you, Constance, for bringing your idea of vision boarding as well. This is something I really love as well. I've got a vision board there in front of me. That it's all these messages that are coming up all the time. You know, even when you're feeling low, you're feeling a bit, you know, like that, and you're tired or you're a little bit disheartened by things, or it can happen, you know, by different, we can feel a bit derailed. However committed you are to your own spiritual path, things can happen because we are also humans, right? Don't forget that. So we're here to experience all of these things, and how we bring ourselves back. That's where the mastery is. That's where we say, yeah, okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
We've got the tools, and a vision board is a tool. Learning more about color is a tool. Learning more about dragons is helping you to enrich your life more, to feel more grand, more empowered. So everything we learn is absolutely helpful on our journey. So that there you are. It is a real pleasure to have you here with me, and thank you so much for coming. Thank you. And if you have any questions, if you want to reach out, you know, to speak to me or speak to Constance about any future events we have, but I will be following this up with an email with lots of different possibilities, and including the recording of today's webinar. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Grisula. It was lovely.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to say to Maria, I want to wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for this interesting webinar. And I'm really tired now, but that's because I had a busy day. And I will contact Constance for more information about the bottles and everything. And it's really my, how do you say that? It's my thing. How do you say that, Constance?
You're really passionate about it.
That's what I mean.
Perfect. Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.